What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the MadGood Knicks Show, special edition. You're probably familiar with this location. You're also probably familiar with this guy right here.
Hello again.
Special guest host with us on far, that's Pete. Quincy Moore, of course. No Rita.
It's an honor.
New York and nowhere.
It's an honor.
Special guest for today.
I love it.
Melissa Sulewski. She writes about basketball. She writes about sneakers. You can check her stuff out on Kicks.com and NBA.com. Melissa, we brought you on because this is post-lottery. The Knicks ended up with the 3rd overall pick. I wanted to keep Quincy on because he asked, and he had a lot of good stuff to say. So I'll ask you first and foremost, where were you when everything was going down? Can you take us through that moment?
I was at a bar in Brooklyn. I was having wings and beer, and I was just getting prepared for the moment.
How much alcohol was involved?
Not enough. Not enough. And then when the news dropped, I definitely just I just got numb because I just think as Knicks fans, we got disappointed. It's easy to be numb when we get these results. We're hoping against hope that it's going to be a good result, but then when you hear that news, it's just like, oh, not again. Not again.
We fell for it every time. And you brought this up too. Like, we have this false hope. It's innate in our DNA as Knicks fans.
We believe. Like hope is important, and we don't lose it.
Well, we don't get championships. We get hope, and that's every single time it gets crushed.
Well, people say Knicks fans are negative, and I think we're the most optimistic fans in the league. Like, are you kidding me? What we've been through?
Exactly. Fine line between stupidity and optimism.
Yeah.
I think what really hurt me was when Lakers got that 4th. And I was like, oh my God, it's happening. It's going to happen. And then literally 2 seconds later, it went from like being high to being low. That like instant drop off, seeing that Knicks logo come out.
They beat the odds.
So in a way, like we didn't totally mix it up. But in a weird way, it's like a subset of mixing it up. It's like we didn't get 5th, but then we got 3rd. It's kind of like,
We got 3rd, but we had the highest percentage of all top 4 teams of getting 1st. So that in that sense is kind of mixing it up a bit.
But Patrick Ewing was a jinx too. I don't think that was a good call to bring him on.
Because that was our highest draft pick in like.
Yeah, I know, but that's why you don't give it because he's not really like part of the core. Like the Knicks aren't keeping him around in the same way that they have the other guys.
No.
Right? He's not the ambassador that even a Sprewell is, a Starks is. Like he's not coming to games.
It's all because he asked for that trade. And if it's one thing, the Knicks don't forget all that stuff.
New York never forgets.
they're trying to undo the juju.
Right.
They're trying to undo the bad juju from trading away Ewing, so they thought maybe this will do it. But
clearly that didn't work.
Not so much.
Melissa, when the Knicks actually ended up with the 3rd pick, what was the mood within the bar that you were at?
I think everybody was just heavily disappointed. I think we really thought we had a shot, or that it would just get rigged in our favor. A lot of people were just like, conspiracy theories abound. Like, we need to get at least number 2. Like, something's got to happen. Like, how much money does the league stand to make if they at least give us this after all these years?
And unfortunately, the Lakers keep lucking out. And they ended up with a gem of the 4th pick. With that 3rd pick, though, I mean, RJ Barrett's on the board. He could be a very good basketball player. In your opinion,
way to go out on a limb there, Jay.
Do you think that the Knicks have a future with RJ Barrett? Do you think the trade route might be a better option?
I think we definitely do. I mean, we have to see if Memphis is going to take Ja Morant. I mean, obviously, I would like him because he's a guard. We need guards to be alongside KD. KD is going to get double teamed every time if we don't have guards.
If we got the 2nd pick, you pick Ja Morant.
Definitely. He's explosive. He's dynamic. He makes plays. He has amazing court vision. I can see him helping out so that KD doesn't get double teamed because that's what Clay and Steph have been doing. Otherwise, the Warriors wouldn't have had the success that they could have.
I like the guarantee of Kevin Durant.
Yeah, just a given.
I'm just going with the assumption now.
Wishful thinking again. Don't get ahead of yourself.
I'm with you on Ja Morant. I get a lot of flack from our fans. They say we have too many guards. It's like we don't have a playmaker. It's easy to fix the problem of too many guards. It's not easy to fix the problem of we haven't had a proper playmaker in 20 years.
Yeah.
So to me, that's the most painful part. But I want to ask you guys a question. Any other year, non-Zion, is 3rd place so bad?
Definitely not.
No.
So this is strictly a Zion
I think
related issue.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
In a vacuum, 3 is great.
Yeah.
What could have been with Zion, I think, trumps everything that the Knicks could have imagined that Madison Square Garden would have been like.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a player as equally disappointed.
He was
not getting.
Yeah, that was awkward.
Yeah.
You think they bring players back? They've never done that before, right? The draft lottery, they have players front row.
No, I haven't seen that. Have you seen that? having the college players in front row watching the locker room?
I've never seen that, but it was amazing to see their
spectacle.
faces.
And they whisked him away as
He was
soon as he
bummed
got
out.
picked. They're
He
like,
was not psyched.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, I gotta play in the Smoothie King Center. What the
He
fuck
just
is
looked in
that?
the camera like,
It's great.
that was it.
Great. He's from a small town. Is he from South Carolina or something? He's not a big city kid.
Where, Jay, can we confirm that?
South Carolina, right? Yeah,
South Carolina.
TK's
I
giving
think
a
he's
thumbs
gonna
up.
he'll be fine in New Orleans. I think New Orleans is a cool
But
city.
you know what? He went to Duke.
He did go to
Duke. Was
Duke.
like the New York Yankees of college basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people saw him do that double tap on the Hawks logo, and they're saying like he would love to play there because he's only like 3 hours, 4 hours outside of where he grew up. That would have been perfect for him, but
The conspiracy theories coming out around all of this stuff, i.e., so there was that picture where the projected #1 overall pick holds a bunch of hats of the teams. So you had the top 5 worst teams, and then you would have the 6th team, which wasn't the Pelicans, but there was a Pelicans hat that he was holding. So you had all these weird conspiracy theories that are happening, which I love.
Yeah.
Perfect case scenario next season. What do you got for the Knicks? In terms of roster fill out, in terms of starting 5.
you want to start this one?
Go ahead, Pete.
I had trouble answering this earlier.
It's a tough one.
There's so many possibilities.
There's so many possibilities, but I guess ideally, if I could pick, if the Kyrie Durant thing is true, obviously like that's an ideal scenario. So then right away you got, I think, KD at the 3, Kyrie at the 2 maybe, because I don't know if
That's
Kyrie at the 1.
It's
If
a
I put
passive role for like a guy who demands the ball.
it is, but if I put Kyrie at the 1, who's my 2 guard? DSJ, RJ, Barrett.
Shooting guard.
So I guess Kyrie,
I'm a
RJ,
6'7" shooting guard.
KD.
Is he 6'7"?
Number 5, DeAndre Jordan. I wouldn't start Mitch over Jordan just yet. I think DeAndre Jordan has earned his minutes. And then for me, the power forward position is the one where I'm like still kind of thinking about it.
So we're not team Kevin Knox here.
Can he play a 4, really?
No, he needs to play the 3.
He plays a
Maybe
3.
in the 3.
Definitely
Yeah.
a 3.
Can
Yeah.
KD guard force? I mean, it all depends.
Yeah.
He can guard anything.
Yeah.
If we could do like kind of like that small ball lineup in that regard, that might work. I think that's interesting. I don't know how defensively overall. I know KD's a good defensive player.
RJ's a good defender.
RJ's a good defender. Kyrie, not so much.
In the playoffs.
DeAndre Jordan's a decent rim protector, so I think maybe like the whole will be bigger than the sum of its parts, but like that's my ideal starting 5. If we don't get KD and Kyrie, I'm hoping at least for KD, and then we can figure out the guard situation later. Like maybe pair him up with Kemba or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you guys,
Ideally,
based on that
that's that.
starting 5, do you guys see a future with Dennis Smith Jr. at point guard if KD comes in next? Like, can he play with a young point guard like that?
I like Dennis Smith Jr. He shouts out New York or nowhere all the time on broadcast and shit. So like I have a lot of I selfishly have love for him.
No, he does.
He's got ups, man. I don't know if he's like a legit good NBA point guard. I don't think he really is.
Yeah.
But I like watching him play.
I like him too.
I like him. He has a passion for New York. Like he loves
Right?
it in New York. I love to see that, and I think he does come in clutch when we need him. I think he can work on his consistency, but he was new. He came in the middle of a mess. I think this season's gonna be different.
He has swagger without arrogance, which I like.
it's
Which
that
is not
southern- it's that
Tim
southern-
Hardaway is the other way around.
Yeah. It's that southern flair to him that he has. It's very nice
Manners.
swag.
But right now, to me, he's very much like Steve Francis-ish. But if he could become more like Baron Davis-ish,
Wow.
that'd be great.
Both of those are good calls.
That would really be. Melissa, you want to give a crack at the starting 5? At your
Yeah.
fantasy starting 5?
Yeah, it's definitely Kyrie at point, RJ shooting guard, Kevin Knox small forward, same as yours, KD at 4, and I would take Mitch at 5. Honestly, I'm a Mitch stan.
We have some of our fellow MDKS people that have the same opinion, but I just think he hasn't earned it yet. I mean, he's great, but like you gotta give it to DeAndre and then get Mitch off the bench. I think that's not.
I think halfway through the season, that's going to be the
That's
story.
probably what's gonna happen, but that's just a personal
That's
favorite.
ambitious.
I think you sit DeAndre's ass right away. Give Mitch the run, dude. He's gonna win multiple defensive players of the year. Why wait?
You know?
He's like already probably the best shot blocker in the entire NBA.
I would
He's
agree.
a savage. Start his ass now.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
thank you.
Yeah.
I like.
You were right. I was just like echoing what you said.
I want to get your guys' thoughts on trading the farm for KD or AD for Anthony Davis. If we were to trade the farm for Anthony Davis, have Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant.
Can we afford all three of them?
We can. It would be tough, but we can.
So we're playing 3-on-5, right? They're the only three dudes that we can afford.
We would have to sign probably 3 veteran minimum. We'd be over the luxury tax.
Right.
But that's, Dolan would have to fork over some extra cash. I wouldn't mind that. But are you guys willing to give up guys like Knox, Trier, Dennis Smith Jr., Frank Ntilikina, a couple of first-round picks?
Frank Ntilikina, yeah, sure. That's
Only Frank. Frank for AD swap, 1-for-1. That's legit,
That's,
right?
yeah, only in that
fair
scenario.
Sounds right. So no one here.
There's a lot of Frank lovers in New York. You underestimate.
What's your thoughts on Frank Ntilikina?
I was really bullish on Frank. I don't know why he hasn't converted yet. I can't figure him out. He has spots, like he's a spotty player, but when those spots happen and he's bright, he pulls through and he does some amazing things. I haven't figured him out.
He's so young too. Like
he's young.
He might benefit from being in another system. Like look at what happened with D'Angelo Russell. I think he's a great example of that, where like the Lakers weren't a good fit. He went to the Nets and he's flourished.
I don't see that kind of fire.
I agree. He's kind of demure. It's weird. I don't know if the offensive upside is there.
Right. And also on top of that, you have a guy like Kevin Knox, who his motor is always in question as well. And when you have two of those passive players on the court together as your building blocks, I don't like that in New York necessarily.
Yeah, but do you really think that trade is more probable than him staying with the Pels? They build around him, Zion and Drew Holiday.
I don't think there's any chance he's staying with the Pels.
Yeah, I think he's done.
But I don't think they're gonna take any Knicks package for AD. I mean, what the Lakers were offering them is, I think, better than anything we could really offer, unless we really throw.
I agree.
Yeah.
For whatever reason,
Unless we throw KD into it as well, but I think like
they love messing with the Lakers, though. So
Yeah, they do.
I really think that just for shits and giggles.
Okay, who's they?
They is the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Love messing with everyone.
But I mean, they do. But now it's the new GM, and David Griffin's a great GM.
He is. But with that said, I don't know, man. I feel like Anthony Davis playing in the shadow of LeBron James, when he really thinks about that, he might have a say.
I think either one of those teams would be ill-advised to trade the farm for AD. Because especially the Knicks, like you could just wait a year, dude. Wait a year if he's a free agent. Then if he actually wants to come and sign and play, then do it that way.
That'd be great. If we end up signing and keeping RJ Barrett, if we end up signing Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, how far are we getting? Please, not all at once.
The best team of all time.
What was the
How
question?
far are we getting?
How far are we getting if we draft RJ Barrett, if we sign Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, and keep the young core around us?
Championship team.
Eastern Conference Finals?
Not past that?
I'm not sure yet with that lineup. I'd have to see them play. As far as your AD question, I'm just tired of selling. Like, it's to win, you need both like a bunch of superstars and role players, not role models, role players. And I'm tired of like trading all the role players for a bunch of stars or all the stars for a bunch of role players. You need both. And with AD, he's slightly injury prone, and like his attitude isn't like I'm not 100% fond of.
And the unibrow. He's got the
unibrow.
That's not a good look in New York.
No. And so to
That's
trade,
not fashionable.
It's brandable. You can imagine like Nolito with the unibrow. Right?
I don't think a
Just like a
unibrow is
unibrow
ever
across the
fashionable.
Unibrows.
I would do it. I would do it if it
It's very
comes out of
marketable.
love for him.
It's very marketable.
I'm just speaking aesthetically. Anyway, go ahead.
So to trade the whole farm for AD, it doesn't seem like a wise move, because then you're back in the position of like, okay, we have these stars, we got to surround them with role players. Like, well, gee, like the Lakers were in that position about 6 months ago, and they couldn't put anyone around LeBron. That's fucking LeBron. So I'm worried about that. Like, and it also ultimately depends on whether we get Durant and KD. Because if we get those guys, then I don't. And I think we have more options with that package than just having AD.
Worst case scenario for the Knicks, I think, would be like max contracts like Tobias Harris and
Boogie.
and like Ricky Rubio.
No.
Jimmy Butler. A lot of people would throw around Jimmy Butler.
I like Jimmy Butler. You don't like Jimmy Butler?
I feel like all right. I like his game. I hate his attitude more than any other superstar.
I thought he turned it around a bit on
But
Philly.
like I could totally see him come into the locker room like deck Frank in the face for just like saying something stupid telling Knox like, yo, I dunked on you, like what the hell's wrong? And like,
He definitely would have put up with the young players, the young dudes learning and growing and developing.
Exactly.
Not about that.
that's a tough one. Not to mention, the Sixers had it all, and like Jimmy Buckets was supposed to get him over the hump
Yeah, he
to
was.
get past the second round.
They had no bench. They had no backup
I
center.
don't need it. He can go to Brooklyn. I think he fit in well in Brooklyn.
I would rather Tobias Harris. Let me ask you a question. Is
But
Tobias?
max contract
No, fuck no. He does. No one should be getting max contracts
outside of Kevin.
outside of everybody that
I
should be
think the
getting
Knicks
max.
wouldn't do that. I think we've learned from our mistakes. They were giving out max
I said
contracts
that 5
like.
years ago, and then I said that 10 years ago.
I think you're right. I think they've learned their lesson a little
You
bit.
have to be a very special player.
with Steve Mills and
I
Scott.
don't think anyone learned from their mistakes. We just got like new guys in that don't make the same mistakes. But I think you make a very good point because like we always talk about how we have faith in Scott Perry and Steve Mills, and as far as like the things they say on camera and the promises they've upheld, as far as not trading away draft picks and things like that, they stay true to their word, which is why like I know with all these like trades and stuff, it's like yeah, but it's the Knicks. It's like yeah, but it's different this time.
Yeah.
And we've said it's different this time, but for real, it's really different this time.
Only time will tell.
Yeah,
It just makes me nervous.
it really does.
Since the draft lottery, like I was really anxious at first, and I was really, really upset that we didn't get the top pick, just because I felt like we were going to.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? This isn't the worst thing in the world, but it puts a lot of questions out there, and I feel like when there's a lot of questions for the New York Knicks, things in the past haven't panned out well.
Right.
Steve Mills and Scott Perry, though, I think they can turn this one.
The worst is like the way the draft lottery worked out. It totally put all the power in the Pelicans' hands as far as AD. It's like really you got the first pick and AD. Now you can't play. Now they got all the power, and that's limiting. But other than that, I think we're okay.
But why is everyone against like the RJ? Like what's with the sort of lukewarm
It's not
response?
Zion.
Canadian basketball players drafted in the top 3. Can't do it. I don't trust
That's
it.
right.
Anywhere but Canada. All the Canadian like first round draft picks have been shit.
The kid won a gold. He like won a championship. He brought
Nash is his mentor.
Duke like 2 games away from like the final. He's
Anyone but Cam Reddish. I'm cool with RJ over Cam
That is
Reddish.
correct. Cam,
I don't know.
What do I know?
Who else is like in the running for 3?
No one.
No one. You think it's RJ or no one?
I think it's Zion, Ja Morant, RJ.
I think they were looking at a couple of dudes that were a little bit
Culver.
lower down that were good defenders.
I
Because I know we need some defense.
Culver's probably
I like
going
Culver.
forward, but you know what? I think the other thing that the Knicks could potentially do, which I wouldn't agree with, but trade that third pick with like Atlanta to get, I think they have like 10 and 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
If you get 2 top 10 picks, I mean that's an option too. But I don't think
Yeah.
that's the route. I think the only way that the Knicks go that route is if Kevin Durant all of a sudden is like, hey guys, I'm not coming anymore. Go develop.
But the office is already decorated. Like
Exactly.
How's he gonna do
your own
that?
show on MSG. Come on. What are you waiting for here?
We got the jerseys.
The company's
made
here. His best friend's here. New York
Rich is
nowhere.
here.
It's
New York or nowhere,
Rich is
baby.
here. Always.
I think we always have to remind ourselves that the draft isn't the be-all, end-all. There's incredible players that were drafted high up. Kawhi Leonard was drafted 15th.
Yeah.
Like we're not even
But you know
Paul
what? The sour,
George.
thinking of
the sour taste in my mouth is underperforming Kevin Knox last season. A bust in Frank Ntilikina.
Yeah.
A trade
That was
in
Phil's
Kristaps
fault.
Porzingis. Like our top 10
I'm so
picks,
sad we didn't use the opportunity to put Frank in the G League because I feel like it's too late now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It would be a demotion.
yeah,
Exactly.
it'd be an insult.
If there's any
Right
way.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, KP would have worked out. The injury was unfortunate, and then like it turned out he was kind of just a weird personality with trying to get his brother involved and everything, and just all the off-court drama. In a way, it's like retroactively like makes you happy that we're not part of that. But you never know. Maybe if he stayed, none of that would have happened. Who knows? It's so hard. But we got to move past KP.
I don't think that would have happened if he stayed. But that's a topic for another show.
I say good riddance to KP. We shouldn't even talk about it anymore.
I think can we?
Yeah,
He should be
KP
like
who? I don't even know
Voldemort.
who
He
that
should be
is.
like the player that shall not be named.
Tingus.
Yeah, exactly.
Pingus.
I
Let
haven't
him
heard
go
that
have
name
fun
in
with
years.
Doncic. Yeah.
It's
Forget
relevant.
KP.
Melissa, we can find you on Twitter. You're going to be reviving that blog of yours.
Yeah, I have to get that back
Look
up.
forward to that. You can also check her out on Instagram. And Quincy, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
this time,
thanks
too.
for having me. Yeah, sorry for
Absolutely.
butting in. Yeah, you're
This
great.
is the MadGood Knicks Show. Thanks again for tuning in. And I mean, knock on wood, we get
Seriously,
everything works out.
fingers crossed.
Hopefully.
Toes
one
to.
last
Cheers.
toast and cheers to
Cheers.
the New York Knicks.
To the Knicks.
To the Knicks.
To the Knicks.
Success. Praise the Lord.